Hello and welcome to my video guide to how to design a sales funnel to sell anything. So the simple strategy that I'm recommending here is a sales funnel. It's a very simple one that we're going to go through today, and it is just a template so that you can adapt it to your business. It's super important that you do adapt things to your business. You can't just use one size fits all strategies because it's not personalized to your own customers, and therefore they're not getting that bespoke experience. So it's super important that you do go through this and make sure that it works for your customers. So without further ado, let's get started. So if you use this funnel, what it's going to do is it's going to basically be an automated strategy to turn people from followers into customers. So that means that you're going to get more sales. This is doing the work for you, so it's going to create less stress in your life. It's going to mean that you're not having to work for those sales. Instead, this funnel is going to do it for you, and it's going to help you get lots of engagement on your blogs, drive lots of traffic, convert those followers to actual customers, and get you more revenue, which all in all leads to a successful business, which is what we want. So let's get started. How do we do this? So first of all, number one, we create an offer or a freebie, and we set up a page on the website. So for example, this is an offer or a freebie. I'm offering this freebie to you so you can sell anything. So hopefully you're going to find value out of this. And that's what you want to be offering your customers. Something that's going to complement your business and add value to your followers and customers' lives. So create something that's free. Ideally, it's going to link to a main product that you offer. So say, for example, you sell, I don't know, hairdressers brushes. Your free offer might be something like a trial in hairdressers brushes, or it might be a how-to guide, how to blow dry, for example, something that's related to the end product. So you're going to create that freebie and you're going to pop it on one of the pages on your website like I've done here. So you can see that this is on my main website here. I've labelled it here. So once you've done that, you're then going to go to your email provider and create a new email list. I do mine in MailChimp. MailChimp's excellent as it's free up to 2,000 subscribers and it's relatively simple to use and to work with. So I would recommend, if you've not already got an email list, using MailChimp. So you're going to pop into MailChimp and you're going to create yourself a new list. Now this is my list here. When you're in the list, I'll show you what it looks like. Hang on. Let's get back to the start. There's nobody in this list, so that I won't compromising any data protection or anything like that. And you've got a little menu here. And what you want to do is you want to go to your sign up forms. And this is where you're going to basically get people added into this list. You get a couple of different options. You get a pop-up, which could be very handy down the line. But for now, we're just going to concentrate on the form builder here and select that. And that will take us through back to that page we were just on here. If you click on this drop down here in a moment when it loads, you've got a few different options with all the forms. The main ones you want to focus on is your sign up form, what it looks like. So that's this one here. And what we're going to do today, so we've created the sign up form, so you would do this too. And then what you're going to do is go to your confirmation thank you page. And instead of being directed to MailChimp's own thank you, which looks like this, you want to direct them to your web page so that once they've popped in their email address and their name, for example, they will get directed straight back to your website. So for me, once somebody's put details in, they get directed straight back to this page, which is where you will have found this video. So we've done step 2 here, create a new email list, which I did here in MailChimp. This is my new email list. And under the sign up forms, you're going to do all the sign up forms. And at the successful sign up stage, pop in the page address so they can get redirected there. So it's here that we're directing them to. We're also then going to set up a campaign on that email list. And you're going to send them emails at the following frequency: at 2 days, 7 days, 14 days, 28 days, and 56 days. So as you can see, this spans quite a long time. We're actually going over nearly 2 months here. So if you go to MailChimp, you can go to in the stage before this, you'll see campaign here in the left hand corner. Click on that and this is what you'll see. You create a new campaign and this is what you see here. It automatically populates this for you and you can start editing it. So basically then you can change the triggers here, and let me see if I pause all emails on this, you'll be able to see it better. Here we go. So 2 days after you join, you can edit this here and you can change the number of days here after it's done. And that's what you want to do. You want to go through and make sure there's enough emails to cover all of these 5 different stages. And then really just think about what you're going to give them over that time. So 2 days afterwards, you might want to thank them for signing up to your freebie, saying you hope it's of value and they've got a chance to look at it. They might like to look at another blog post on your site that's quite similar and good value. So just give them something of value. Thank them. At this point, don't try and sell them anything. Just give them an essence of you, let them get to know the business, maybe talk about the business. So just give them lots of lovely value. Same again at 7 days. At 14 days, you're going to mention your product. So you're going to talk about your product here. Again, you don't want to go to town and talk to them about like that. You don't want to be the hard seller. You don't want to be like, right, buy the product now. What you want to do is maybe talk around the product. So why you created the product, was it for convenience for people? Was it a time saver? Talk about the benefits to them of that product, but don't make it a sell. Say you did it because you're really passionate about that, for example, and talk around it and introduce it. The same again at 28 days. But this time you might want to pop a link on the bottom to where they can go and buy it. And just say, if you are interested in looking at this product, you can click here to find out more information. And then the same again at 56 days, you can talk about the product, but this time be a little bit more forthright. Maybe put an offer in the middle of the page and, direct them to it. And make sure it's got a clear call to action. So click here to purchase now, for example, would be a nice, strong call to action. Make sure, like in my other post that I did on my secrets for selling, that you're talking about the benefits rather than just the features. And you really... making sure that that product is something for them, something that they're going to be interested in. And then if they purchase, you can remove them from this list so they aren't being spammed. You can use Zapier to automate this. I would suggest going and having a play with Zapier. It's a little bit more in depth than I can possibly explain on this video because it'll probably take me another 20 minutes. But basically what you do is you set up little links so that you would have for example, another mail list in MailChimp, or you might have a spreadsheet, or you might be through WooCommerce. It depends on how you've set it up, but you can link them so that if somebody purchases that product, then they can be removed from your email list. So let's say they make a purchase at 14 days. You then don't want to keep sending them emails at the rest of the time. So the idea is that you remove them from the list so that they don't keep getting emails to do with the product, because they might get a little bit frustrated with that if they've already purchased it. So whether you do that manually or you use Zapier to do it, make sure you remove them. Zapier is a free tool. I think you can have 5 zaps and up to, I think, 100 actions a month. So if you're expecting more than 100 customers, then you might need to pay for Zapier. But if you are expecting more than 100 customers, then you can probably get the basic level of Zapier and it'll be of much use to you anyway. And check out the other zaps because they are super, super helpful. So yeah, that's basically how you do it. That process should then take them from the freebie that you've put on through to your product, and it's doing all the work for you. So basically each of these emails is a mini sales pitch, but we want to keep it on value and not really, really obvious, so that they're comfortable with the selling process. They're not feeling spammed, but they're up to date about your products and the benefits, and you're introducing them to something that they may not have knew about before. So it's a super effective process to get in sales, but in a nice, gradual, non-salesy way. You'll notice the intervals aren't daily. You can change these. This is just a suggested template. What I find is people don't feel like they're being spammed at these frequencies. It's nice and spread out, but you're in the back of their mind. And if the emails are strong, they don't need to be close together. Have you ever been in a situation where you've signed up for a freebie and then you've had an email, at least one email a day for the next week? It gets frustrating and you actually turn off to those emails, you stop paying attention. So I wouldn't suggest doing it each day after, although others may tell you to do that. It's not a method I particularly use. So I shall leave that with you. If you've got any questions at all, do pop me an email or go and contact me here through the form and ask me all about it. I'm happy to talk through you about this and with your business. Alternatively, you can book yourself in for a 20-minute complimentary session with me here. Basically, we take a look at your business as a whole, because often if you're not getting sales, for example, it's more of a bigger problem generally than just your sales process. It could be something like your funnels aren't right, your marketing's not right, your content's not quite right. So we take a look at the whole picture. So if you're booking, we can take a look at that, and I can give you some suggestions as to what might work and how we could work together to fix that. So do look into that if you want to go and explore that more. You can also check out this video here, and I tell you more about how I encourage meaningful marketing. If only I could talk tonight. I encourage meaningful marketing to encourage authentic relationships, and by that I mean no pushy, salesy marketing. It's all natural marketing where your followers and customers don't even realize they're being sold to. So it's a much kinder, nicer experience for everybody involved, because there's no pushiness in it and you can be yourself. So without further ado, I shall leave you there with that. Any questions at all, you know where I am. Bye-bye now.